Hello everyone and welcome back to the computer class for class 5. We are going to continue today from where we left last class. That was chapter number 1. We will begin with a small brief up of whatever we discussed in the previous class and then we shall carry on. Okay? So, let's begin. So, let's begin with our class today. Our class today will be a continuation of the previous class. We are still on chapter number 1, that is generation of computers. And before we continue from where we left last class, let us do a small recap of what we studied last class. In the previous class, we have studied about the 5 generations of computers, and what you see on your screen is a small table giving us small details about the 5 generations. And if you look at the table very carefully, it is clearly shown. The first generation computers started from 1940, lasted to 1956. The main technology in the first generation computers was vacuum tubes. Some of the examples were the EDIAC and EDVAC. Okay. Second generation computers was from 1956 to 1963. The main technology that made the difference between the first generation to the second generation were the transistors. Vacuum tubes were replaced and new technology came in. They were known as the transistors. And the examples of, though there are quite a few examples out there, but some of the examples are, okay, just give me a moment, IBM 1401, NCR 3000 series, etc. Third generation computers, 1964 to 1971, integrated circuits, IC, okay, also known as computer chips, CHIPS, chips. They were the special thing that made the difference between the second to the third, when we moved from the second to the third. And the examples are all, of course, given in your book also. The same examples are given in this table. The fourth generation computers began all the way back in 1972 and they are still continuing. Almost all computers that we use today are fourth generation computers. And what is the main technology behind fourth generation computers? Microprocessors. Okay, look at the table very carefully. The microprocessors, in fact, all computers. If we have to give an example of fourth generation computers, all computers that we use today are fourth generation computers. But I have given the example of Macintosh because it was one of the first fourth generation computers. And the fifth generation computers has no date. It is supposed to be for future. When will it begin? How far will it go? It's all for us to see in the future. You people will be working on the fifth generation computers when you grow up. And what is the special technology? Special technology that is being used there is called ULSI. ULSI stands for ultra large scale integration. Ultra large scale integration. All right. And the example of the fifth generation computers, there is no example, there is no machine being made yet, but it is primarily based on what is known as artificial intelligence. I had explained to you in the previous class how the computers will start thinking for themselves what is good and what needs to be done, what is the next step. Currently, all computers need to be told what needs to be done. But if we have artificial intelligence, computers will be self-learning. Like human beings, we learn with everyday experiences. Suppose if I do a mistake today, I will learn from my mistake and I will not commit the same mistake again. Nobody will come and teach me, but my mistake has taught me. Alright? Similarly, when the computers start to learn from things around, that is when you have an artificial intelligence. You have given computers the ability to think for themselves. So that is the fifth generation computers. Okay. So that was in the previous class. Today's class, we are going to go a step further. We will begin with page number 4 of your book. Please open up page number 4 of your book. We will begin with classification of computers. Alright. I'll give you a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 0. Let's begin. So, classification of computers. If you pay attention to page number 4 of your book, you would find the same table, the same chart that has been drawn on the screen right now. Computers and classification of computers. Computers are divided into 4 different types. All right, they are supercomputers, mainframe computers, mini computers, and microcomputers. Okay, before we start reading the chapter, I would request you to watch a video. I'm going to be posting the video next. Go back to the GCR. I have posted a link of that video. Watch that video, and then I will post another link of my next of the chapter reading. Read through that I will do with you. Okay, so let's go back to the GCR and watch the small video of classification of computers. Okay,